Dear students, welcome. Now we are going to start with the topic of HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Experiment 1 will be on HTML. Experiment 2 will be on CSS with HTML, and experiment 3 will be on JavaScript with HTML and CSS. Let me start with the experiment 1, HTML. We will first create one text file, one HTML file to work with. Just I'm naming that as ex1.html. I can open this in Notepad as well as I can open this in some of the text editor. If I'm opening with the text editor, it will look little bit more colorful, and it will give us little bit more interest as well. So if you are not having the text editor, we can download like Visual Studio Code Editor download. Then you can download from the first link, Visual Studio Code Editor download, and I'm clicking the first link. Here I can able to see I can download the editor for Windows and Mac, etc. For Windows, for my system it is X 64-bit. I can download from this and I can install it. Once you install, you could able to open the file in the Visual Studio text editor. In that way, when we work, it will be a little bit more colorful, as I said. So I'm opening that in the Visual Studio Code. So this is going to be my HTML file. Always HTML file will start with the HTML tag, opening and close. When you open one tag, definitely that tag need to be closed as well. This HTML tag will have the subsections. The first section is the head section, and the second section is the body section. For example, if you open your browser, you could able to see something in the top, right? Visual Studio Code Editor download on the top white color bar. So that is the title, and whatever you are seeing from this Google to all is in the body section. Okay. So in the head section, you will have a title tag. In the title tag, just give the title as my first HTML page, and then within the body tag, whatever you want, you can add the content. For example, here we will go with some login box, that means one username, password, and the login button kind of. So I need to create one box first. In HTML, that is nothing but a division. Okay, we can move the division, like for example, two text boxes like username and password, and one button to submit. All three together, one division. I can move the division here and there as a set. So that is possible when I create the division tag div, and within that I want the text box for username. So just I will write username, and then in the right side I want the text box. So everything can be created with the help of tags in HTML. When I say tag, this body with the opening and closing angle bracket is a tag, and this body in the line number 9 is the closing tag, because the slash is the prefix of this tag, so it is a closing tag. And entirely from the opening tag to the closing tag, it is a body element. It is a body element. The element may have multiple tags. Okay. And I hope so you can able to understand the difference between the tag and the element. Element is a set, like it can have multiple things, and tag is a single one. Now username, it should have a tag to bring in the text box into the browser. The tag name is input, and every time when you say something, the tag name space, and something you are writing in this space, okay, that we will say it as an attribute. And input tag has certain attribute like type. In this, we can give the type as text because we need a text box, and then name for this box, I can say username un. Okay. And then it's a self-closing tag. Self-closing tag means in the opening tag itself at the last we can put the slash, so the tag will be closed. Every opening tag should be closed, and here it is closed. And similarly the password also input type. This time instead of text we will go with the password, because whenever you type the password, the bullets, the round symbol will appear on the box and not the actual letters and numbers. So for that purpose we are going for the type password, and name should be something like pw. This is user defined one, and it is also a self closing tag. So two text boxes we created, and then one button we require to submit, that is login button. And button opening and closing tag is there. Between that we have to write login, so that the button will have the label as login. So this is what is your first experiment. Similarly, I am expecting you to do little bit more design, and more design in the sense more number of elements you have to bring into the page. Those elements may be a text box, a password box, a drop down list box. Drop down list box means you will face the inverted triangle. No? If you click that, something will drop down. For example, country, number of countries will come. That is drop down list box. And then text area. Text area means you will fill the address, right? Big box. So like the text area. And then the checkbox means a square one will be there. You will tick that multiple options, right? The checkbox. And then the radio buttons means the round one white color will be there. Multiple options like gender selection, male or female, you can able to select only one, right? So that is radio button. Okay. And then you can design a form, you can submit it. uh, this one I had designed without a form, like username and password and a button. To use the JavaScript in your experiment 3, I had done like this. Okay, so it is up to you. You can go with multiple things with your HTML. Now we will see the output of this, how it is coming in the browser. So just you go to your file location. This is HTML file. So right click this file and open with some of the Chrome or one of the browser you use to open it. You can able to see the output as username and box and the password and box, and then the login button. I want this in next tag, like next line. What I can do, I can introduce a break tag between that. If I give enter here, it won't affect much in the page. I saved it. Actually, you have to save it every time, and you have to refresh the browser so that you should be able to see the difference. But there is no difference here, even though you are giving the enter. So what you have to do, you have to bring in the break tag, br tag. It's a self-closing tag. So your browser will understand while rendering this page that we should give one line break there. Okay. Now you save it and refresh your page. You could able to see this in next line. This is your first experiment. And now we will proceed with your experiment 2, that is the styling of this box. Okay. Now for the experiment 2, I will create one more file, ex2 ex2 dot this time it is not a HTML file, it is a CSS file, because it is going to have a style for this element. Okay. Now ex2.css I'm creating. So it's a CSS file, and you can also open all this in your code editor. Just right click and open with Visual Studio Code Editor. Then your CSS file is open. It's a blank file. Now we have to link this CSS file with your first file. Then only the styles which you are writing in the second file will have an impact on your first page. So after the title, just have a link tag to link, and you are saying rel equal to style sheet. Style sheet href means hyper reference. Okay, hyper reference equal to, if it is in the same location, just you can give directly the file name. If it is in a different location, you should use the address like c colon double slash and or slash whatever the folder name, and then like this. Okay. Now it is in the same location, so I'm using ex2.css, and it's also a self-closing tag. I'm closing it. Now I need some style to be done for this entire div. How to do this means I need to identify this div in this sheet. Then only I can write the style for that. There are multiple ways to identify. One of the way is to give one ID value, like div1 you can give, and this ID value you can use it here with the help of hash symbol. If you put hash, that refers the ID, and then the ID value is ID1, the same value, or div1. Okay, div1. Then you can open the bracket. Now the yellow mark is showing that you created the division. That means the style, but nothing is written inside. Okay, the name for the style is being created, but nothing is written inside. So write something inside, it will go. Here the syntax to write is a key value pair. It should be like, means left side should be the property name colon, the value should be on the right side. First I will say border 1px solid red. So 1px is the width of the border, and solid is the line, how you want to draw, dotted line or solid line. Then the color of the border I'm giving it. Now if you just go and refresh your page, you could able to see the border which is appearing, but the border is appearing to the full size of the div, and even after the element is being there. You want suppose you want to fix the size of this. Okay, you can go with some pixels. You can say 250 px, that means pixel is this measurement. Okay, and height equal colon 150 px, like that. If I'm saying, you can now refresh to see the box is being came in the right size. Okay, and now I want one heading to be for this box. Okay, that I will write it here, login box. Okay, that will be appearing on the output now. and everything I want to be in the centered manner, and also two breaks I use for the differentiation, and everything I want to be in a centered manner, as I said. Okay, the center in the sense two centers are there, vertical center and horizontal center. Okay, if you increase the box width, you can able to see that what is happening. Now you can able to see it is one sided of the box. Horizontally it is not centered and vertically it is not centered. When you want to do that, you have to go with align items center, justify content center. This justify content is the horizontal one and align items is the vertical one. These two properties will get effort when you say display block. When you are not saying this particular display block, you cannot have the impact of this align item and justify content. So there are multiple values for the display. It can be block, it can be hidden. That means you want to show and hide. It can be hidden, and it can be flux. There are multiple things there. Just I will use block now. There is no impact. Just I will change it to flux. Let me see what is happening. Display flux. Now you can see some impact there, but it is going to left side as well. Let me check this. For example, if I'm removing the justify content, what is happening? Now it is coming vertically center. Okay. But even though you are having some misalignment there, let me introduce one more div outside to wrap the entire division, and we can have this entire div inside that div. Let me check what is happening now. In this case, just we will try with the alternative way. I will just go here and change this outer div to center and slash center. There are multiple ways. We just try with different ways. Now you can able to see the box aligned in the center with properly center alignment is being happened there. Okay. Now I will go with only justify content or text. I want the vertical center, so that I will try with align items center. Let me see whether there is any impact is there or not. No impact. Display inline block. No impact. Inline flux. So it is going in the wrong direction. So just we will remove this and we will have the center item now. Now I want this login box to be more colorful. Okay. So I can write one inline style with the paragraph tag. Paragraph tag says this is a paragraph kind of, and you can also have bold tag B. Then it will just introduce the boldness to the text, and you can also have italic tag I So it will have some slanting nature, and you can also have the underline tag U. It will have the underline for the content which is inside. In which order you opened, in the reverse order you should close, because it's a box inside another box. Okay. Now you can able to see something is happening here. We can also increase the height of the box to 200, so that the paragraph can have enough space on it. And one more break tag for the login. So it will have some enough distance between that. Now, still my login box is not that great colorful. I can bring that by writing one inline style. Okay, inline style can be written like with the style attribute. Okay, how I return style in ex2.css, that is external one, and I linked it. And also you can write the style in the inline one for a particular tag. So directly on the particular tag I'm writing style equal to text shadow. Okay. Now I can say how much deviation for the shadow. X-axis 1px, and y-axis like 2px, and the spread of the shadow is 4px, and the color of the shadow is yellow. If you write like this, you go and check what is happening. You can see some yellow color which is coming up there. And you can also apply multiple times by giving just comma here, and this time -1 px is in the reverse direction, -2 px, and some 3 px spread, and this time red color or green color we can have. Green color, green yellow is there, we will have that green yellow. Now refresh it. I think I have to save it, then refresh it. It is been applying but not visible properly. So what I can do is I can give -3px, -5px, 6px, and let me check it now. Now we can able to see the green color which is coming over the yellow color. Okay, two colors are meshed. If I change the color, you could able to see the difference. Like I will go with brown or something like that. Brown. Okay, you could able to see the difference. Then you can able to see the difference, right? This brown is not looking great. I can change the color or something like green, little bit dark. Yes, this is the color I want. This time it looks pretty okay. Just I will reduce it to -2, -3px, or 4px, same spread. Then we will see. Yes, this is quite good. Okay. Now I want to do some more styles. For example, inside the div1, okay, inside the div1, there is a button tag. For this button tag, I want to write some style. Okay, how to write? First, I have to say hash div1 because it's a ID. Then inside that butty1 button, that is a tag. Directly I can write. For that, only this particular style will be applying. I will write size equal to 16px, and color equal to blue. Okay, now if I check this, you can able to see the blue color button. And if I increase the size to 26 px, you can able to, the size is being fixed here. Anyway, we will use the size um, here inside div1, so that the username and password will have the size. The username and password, that is actually font size. Okay, let me check the font size property inside the button. I had applied 26. Now you can able to see the bigger button here. Okay, 26. And also there are variety of font properties: font family, font weight, font display. Many properties are there. You can try it. Okay, font weight I can apply like 100, 300. This is the boldness of the font actually. Font weight, I will increase it to 700. Let me check. Now you can able to see the thickness of the font is being increased. So like this, you can able to decorate your things with the CSS. And then we will go to our third experiment. Okay, that is the JavaScript. So to do that, we will have the script tag in it, your head tag itself. Okay, so we have to add a script tag opening and closing. Within that only your JavaScript will be written. Okay, for example, one function I will write, function fun1, which will be called while the button is being clicked. Okay, how how to do that? Okay, when the button is being clicked, you want to trigger this function up, and something which you say alert welcome need to display in the window. So how you will achieve this means, in the button you have to write a listener called on clicker. Okay, on clicker. You have to call the function called fun1. That is the name of the function. Okay. So when you do like this, just to check it now, what is happening. When I click this button, welcome will display on the screen. Now I want to display the username and password which is given here in the text box. Okay, what I can do is I have to collect the values. What I can say, where a is a variable. Okay, where a is a variable equal to, I have to access the username. I have to touch the username from the JavaScript. How to do that means, document means entire HTML document dot get element by name. Get elements by name is there. And what is the name of the element? That is un. Okay, dot value. Okay, value. If you say values, then you could able to get the values in this text box, and you can store it in a actually. And similarly, where b equal to document dot get elements by name, and you can say name as bw and dot values. So now you got the a value and b value. Just I will print the a value plus some dashes, then I will print the b value. I will remove this welcome in the first line, and let me check it now. Here I will give Balaji, and here I will give my password, login. So you could able to see now something like function values, native core, undefined. Let me check it. Let me to just reconvert this to ID. Okay. Let me check with the ID. When you use ID, just you have to use it differently. Get element by ID. Just give the name UN dot value. Actually, you have to give not values, value. This one, let it to be name. So both we will check. Actually, ID and name we will check with the value. Now we will check what is happening. You can able to see nothing is printed in the left side and undefined is printed in the right side. If you give the value as Balaji and something like this one, the Balaji actually it is appearing and undefined is appearing here. That means it is not retrieving the things by name actually. So what we can do, actually, here I had given wrongly. Get element by name, not class name. Get element by name. Get element by name PW. Class name means you should have something like this here. Class name like this. Okay. But we are not having any class name or class equal to like this you should have. Okay. Anyway, we are not having the class name. It is a name. Now we will try once again what is happening. Just press the page and have some value here. Operation. Let me enter it. Here now you type the value and click on login button. Still you are not getting the value on the right side. So let me to directly get it by ID now. So ID equal to PW and then here I will just replace things. Get element by ID and PW dot value. Now let me check what is happening. I will give some value. Now I got both the username and password. Now, when I click login, uh, something like this paragraph should be hidden. Okay, this login box should be hidden, or this login button should be hidden, or something need to happen here. What I can do is, um, or I will write a one new tag here, like div tag. This div tag will have ID as new, and nothing is actually inside in this div tag. On clicking this button, what I will do is document dot get element by ID. ID name is new dot inner HTML equal to button clicked. Button clicked. So now you see what is happening. That means when you press the button, here the button clicked will be appearing. So initially there is nothing. When you click the button, something is appearing there. That is after your login box. So refresh it and just have some value here. Now click on login. The alert box is there because alert is coming before this line, and after that alert, you click OK, this one will appear. Okay, this one will appear below the login. Just click OK. Now it is appearing. Button clicked. Okay, this is your third experiment. Furthermore, you can try in your JavaScript as well. So we had used HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. I hope so. You had understand and parallelly working with me. And all the best. Thank you.